What up? This is Landon Sworts of theepicstorm.com, and we are back with another Legacy League on Magic Online. Alright, cool. So let's review the list real fast, and then we'll jump into the queue. So, this 75 is probably the 75 that I feel the most comfortable playing. Really nothing cute really going on. The whole thing's just pretty streamlined. A lot of 4-ofs, pretty much everything, except for Empty the Warrens and Ad Nauseam, but, I mean, like, all the artifacts were running 4-ofs, same with the cantrips, discard, rituals, tutors. Sideboard, also pretty standard. I'm only running 3 copies of Empty the Warrens. I've just been wanting the 4th copy less. I feel good about the list. Sometimes I will admit that, I really like 3 Hope of Ghirapur, but sometimes I can feel like it's a little bit much. But the card's just such a blowout in certain matchups that I don't know. We're fine with 3. I've been testing just running 2 here and there, but right now I don't know. I feel good with 3, so we'll just lock in 3 and run it. I don't really understand why Moto's doing this, switching our view on the cards like that, but whatever, not a big deal. So we're jumping into the first match. We won the die roll, which is always nice. This hand's a keep. I don't know what the opponent's on, but this hand's pretty much a keep regardless of what they are on. It'd be nice if we had blue for Ponder, but it's not the end of the world. Depending on what we draw, we might just imprint it on Chromox anyways. Alright, so we're going to just cast a Thoughtseize this turn and see if we can open ourselves up to combo in the next couple turns. Try to evaluate the opponent's strategy. Alright, so looks like the opponent's on Reanimator. And not only are they on the Reanimator, but turn 1 they can Entomb Exhume, which is not good for us. So as much as we'd like to take that Thoughtseize from them, we're pretty much forced into taking Entomb. They'll probably point Thoughtseize at us and take our tutor, which is going to be pretty problematic. So this game might be kind of close, but we'll do what we can. Alright, they must have just ripped another Entomb or a fatty that they are going to put into play. So they are targeting us. So they must have just ripped another Entomb. It happens. No reason to be salty or anything. I'm confused why they use Dark Ritual. No matter. Okay, so we're going to grab I don't know why it won't let me do this. Oh, apparently my internet's deciding to give me troubles right now. That's pretty annoying, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, okay. Well, just bear with me for a second. We'll get this back up and running. Thank you for your patience. This is frustrating, guys. Real sorry. I don't understand what the problem is. My router's on and running. I just don't want to stop recording because we're like already in a game. So just to throw that game away is like throwing away tickets, which I really don't like to do. So I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. This is pretty much the worst start to a video we've had. So I do appreciate you guys bearing with me. We'll get this underway and we'll have a great video. Run a real good league. It's just having some technical difficulties. I just don't get what's going on. Yeah, it should be working. I don't understand why it's not. We are connected though. So great way to start a league, huh? Great way to start a league. Oh well. It's all good. We'll be in a second. We'll get this game won. You gotta be kidding me. I'm literally connected to the internet now. Like, I literally am connected. I don't understand. All right. So we're back in. Thank you so much for bearing with the technical difficulties. I'm equally as frustrated with them. You guys could just skip ahead on YouTube though, so you don't have to worry about all that. So we wanted the volcanic island and we're going to ponder. All right. So we'll draw ponder next turn. We really need to find a tutor. Okay. Five, 6, 7. Alright, well, if we Burning Wish for Dark Petition right now, and the opponent doesn't find discard, we should be able to Ad Nauseam next turn. So let's grab Dark Petition right now. Most of our draws are live for us to win next turn. Drawing another Chromox would be an issue, but most of our draws are live for us winning next turn. We just need the opponent to not combo us and not have discard. Alright, let's jam. Okay. Cool. So we got game one despite some technical difficulties and disruption from our opponent. So apparently this is just how Moto likes to look now. I'm not used to it, so I'm gonna click it back to the pile view. I don't really know what's going on with that. Maybe it's something in my settings. That's not something I really noticed before. But I haven't been playing a ton of Moto, to be honest with you. Just been busy, so it's possible that that's something that went through with the update on Wednesday, because they update every Wednesday morning or whatever. Okay, so Empty the Warrens isn't good in this matchup. Echoing Truth is fine. Island's not really necessary. We'll bring in another Echoing Truth. This is pretty much all I'm going to board. I don't know. It's nice to have a bunch of bounce, but a little bit of an issue is that the bounce can be kind of clunky. And a lot of the times you don't really want to see a bunch of extra copies of it. So rather than bring in a ton, I'd rather just have my cantrips to try to set up an Ad Nauseam line if possible. We'll keep this hand. We'll see if it's good enough to get there. Looks pretty easily disrupted, but we'll try it for sure. Okay. So the opponent does not have pregame effects. Thoughtseize, as expected. Not a big deal. Yep. So now we're trying to set up a line with Mizz's Mastery, which is fine. I look at that, we drew Burning Wish, so we're like halfway there. It's really tempting to take the Red of Flame, but I don't think it actually speeds up our clock because we could just wish for Mrs. Mastery a turn early and make it would still be the same clock. So let's shuffle. Did we shuffle? We shuffled, right? Okay. Alright, we did. It just we happened to draw that Red of Flame, so potentially we're a rip away from winning. We draw a Lotus Petal. We have enough to ad nauseum. Alright, not the best rip we've ever had in our lives. But we're only, I mean, we got it next turn. So let's not wish for Mrs. Mastery this turn. Let's keep it in our sideboard. Protect it from discard. Okay, well, we hope the opponent doesn't have surgical extraction. Nice. A little curious on what the opponent kept. We could have easily gotten comboed out, but we managed to not, so that's cool. Cool. And the opponent dies. Just our record section. We are 1-0 over Reanimator. Always feels nice. We'll jump right back into the queue. So, this feels good. Definitely running a positive win percentage with it. Somewhere in the mid-60s. Yeah, I like it. Like I said, actually, I'm not even sure if I said. It's kind of hard to really pick something I would change about the list. It would be pretty easy to run a Cabal Therapy main over one of the Duress. 3 Hope of Gearper is really good, but it can be a lot sometimes. If you don't want to be all in on that strategy, I suppose that slot could just be another Empty the Warrens, or if you really want to play like Massacre, or there's a few options. But the list feels pretty good to me. I'm definitely happy with it. All right, so we won the die roll. We'll keep this. We'll go underground, see, and thought seize them. I guess we could do a quick Google search of the opponent and see if they have any recent finishes. See if maybe we should just not even worry about that, but I'm not sure. I feel like I would thought seize in paper against an unknown opponent right here, so probably should be what we do. It's just that if we grab underground sea, we're exposing ourselves to wasteland. So, they do have some recent finishes. Bug mid-range. Alright, well, I guess if it's not likely they're on a Chalice deck, or that we're not going to get comboed out right away, I suppose I don't hate the idea of, like, sitting back a little bit. It could be risky to grab Island, but because we need black and red, we can tell by our hand. But let's ponder, and we'll just try to the next few turns to establish like a mana base. This looks pretty good. I don't know if I want to combo necessarily next turn, but the turn after, quite likely. Because I really wouldn't mind clearing the coast with some discard. Oh, basic planes? Interesting. Hello. One of my cats is in here. Wants to hang out. We'll see if they decide to get some camera time with us. Alright. So, things we're concerned about now. Thalia. And Stoneforge Mystic. One, two, three, four. We don't really have the best storm to try to race Stoneforge Mystic with Goblins, so I don't think we should try to combo this turn. Although, starting to look better. Alright, well, let's hide our Thought Seizes on top of our library, so we can draw them. We'll go Rite of Flame. Up to 4. LED. LED. Alright, so we have 8 mana. So let's grab Mizzix's Mastery. And we'll cast it targeting the Burning Wish that we bend. We'll cast it. This allows us to do that by doing this instead of Dark Petition for the main deck copy of Empty the Warrens. This is going to leave Thoughtseize on top of our library. Alright, cool. So we won. Excuse me. Okay, so we don't know that they're on Death and Taxes. There's still, it could be a blue deck that just dropped a Plains. Like it could be Stoneblade, or it could be Miracles. I'm going to board just like it's Death and Taxes, though. Yeah, like it might not be Death and Taxes or a Thalia deck. There's a real chance that it's not, but all we saw was Plains. So I don't want to not bring in Echoing Truth, get hit with Thalia, and then not have a good answer for it. So we'll bring in the bounce. Okay. I don't know if you guys can hear the rain in the background, but it just started to rain. It's supposed to storm here all day, so maybe we'll have some ambient storm in the background. Very fitting. I think we can keep this. 3, 4, 5, 6. It makes 6 mana right off the jump. The Brainstorm, depending on what we draw, the Brainstorm can be pretty strong. Okay, so basic Plains again. That's a good sign for us. Alright, let's imprint Brainstorm onto Chromox, so we have a shuffle effect. The Therapy was a pretty good draw as well. I don't really want to put that land back, but we're going to. Because it's pretty crucial that we point this Cabal Therapy at the opponent. Keep them off a effective fundamental turn 2. So we did hit Thalia, which is nice. Recruiter of the Guard's a little bit troublesome, though, because that means if we try to go for Goblins, they could go for Stoneforge Mystic. Aethersworn Canonist, what a rip. Very good draw from the opponent. Okay. I don't see us getting this game because now we need Grape Shot and Well, actually, we just need Pulverize. But we need 2 mountains to pull it off. We'll see. We'll play it out for a minute. If it looks like we're not going to be able to dig ourselves out of the hole, we'll just concede and go to game 3. Not a big deal. Port's relevant. Hey, look at that. We're going to be coming from a pretty low life, so we might die, but it's absolutely worth going for. So we absolutely will. Alright. Not the best start. We're probably going to die here, but I mean, we absolutely are trying, right? Okay. Storm 6, Storm 7, Storm 8, Storm 9. Tendrils would be 10. Okay, well that's good. Let's look at how much mana we have. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have enough right now. Do we want to repeat this? No. No, we don't. Cool. Look at that. Well played. We got there. Alright, let's jump back in the queue. We're 2-0. Always a nice start, despite some technical difficulties in the first round. Always nice to start off 2-0. The last game was sick. Really happy for us that we were able to squeeze through on that ad nauseum from, what we were at 8 life or something. Alright, cool. Just gotta wait to get paired for round 3. But we're sitting in a nice spot. Definitely feel good about this. 2-0. It's a really good start. Definitely been digging the list. It's just been very consistent. This is actually, I mean, it wasn't huge, but I top 8'd at 2K with this list just like a week or two ago. A week ago, I think. This hand seems fine. A little slow, but Brainstorm could speed it up. Basic Mountain. Gotta be honest, off with saying Basic Mountain, Thoughtseize can be a very good or very bad draw. We won't know until we cast it. Oh, look at this. We have some mono red Sneak Attack. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've seen this deck. I don't think it's quite as good. I mean, not at all talking smack. I just personally don't exactly think it's quite as good as Dragon Stompy. But hey, you know, World Spine Worm kills people, so can't really argue that. Let's hope that they don't. I mean, I would imagine that they play like Trinisphere, effects similar to that. So let's just hope they don't draw anything like that. I would imagine that we'll be able to clock them. I think we should be able to make goblins, and maybe not this next turn, but the following turn. I'm not sure if that'll be good enough, but we certainly will try. Let's just in case they're playing Blood Moon, let's just get our basic out right now. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, so it looks like next turn we're going to be able to Dark Petition ad nauseum. And just kill the opponent on turn, which will be nice if things pan out that way. Oops, I don't know why I have their graveyard open. I was a little worried that might be followed up with a Seething Song. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Cool. Alright, so we'll cast a Chromox and imprint this Thoughtseize. Just want to see if we can get any more insight to their deck. Okay. Definitely think we probably could have grape shotted them if we tried, but I'm trying to keep things moving, so. Alright, so as far as sideboarding is concerned, I don't really know. I guess this is what we do. It's hard to say. I know that in the past, like years ago, these decks were playing Chalice of the Void and Trinisphere. So, I want to be prepared for those cards, but I don't really know if that's still the really how their decks are laid out. Yeah, we'll keep this hand. This hand looks great. Excuse me. Not a bad draw. Just in case they were to drop some sort of permanent base Tate on this turn 2. Let's just take Fiery Confluence. They have one draw. I don't think that they're going to be able to sneak attack or through the breach next turn. So, and this should be match. I guess we don't really need to play out the island just because I don't think it's likely that we're going to get hit with a tax encounter. I mean, this deck doesn't really play that right. If we were to draw Badlands, I'd probably rather have Badlands than have Island out. So let's do this. Ugh, a little rough. We did hit Badlands though. Chromox is good. The Dark Ritual is good. Alright, so we're fine. Started a little rough, but this one's fine. 4, Storm's 4, Storm 5, Storm 6, Storm 7. Excuse me. Storm 8, Storm 9. Yeah, we're fine. Throat just gets so scratchy when I talk for like prolonged periods of time. Alright, we will imprint that. Imprint this. Boom. Boom. Grab our drills, pointed at the opponent. Storm trigger. Nice, cool. So we're 3-0. Unless they rip Mind Break Trap or something. I guess we could have made that a priority. No, yeah, we're good. Alright, cool. So let's jump right back into the queue. I'll adjust the record section. Keep things rolling. Yeah, not a bad start. 3-0 is definitely a good start. We'll see if we can finish strong. Let's take it one match at a time, though. Yeah, I don't know. Like, not even trying to say anything bad about Mono Red Sneak Attack. I actually used to play it at one point. But, it just doesn't seem that, like, jamming the deck full of cards that are dependent on having other cards is really, you know, the most efficient way you can go. Just because, I mean, if you need Through the Breach or Sneak Attack and a Fatty, like, that's 2 cards. And if you were just able to land an early Rabble Master, I mean, you're ranking up damage turn by turn. I mean, I just feel like the Dragon Stomping Mono Red Prison or whatever is just, it's actually pretty fast. So I don't even think that Mono Red Sneak Attack is faster than it necessarily on average. So that's just a big reason for me why I am kind of surprised to see someone playing it these days. But, whatever. Through the Breach is an awesome card. And spitting out World Spy Worms at people is definitely fun. So, no judgment. I do wonder, we didn't see a piece of... we didn't see, Chalice or Trinisphere or anything to that effect. No, permanent based hate. So I wonder these days what the lists really look like when you break them down. Definitely a little curious about that. It'd be cool to see what their list was playing and what we really did need to worry about, if Echoing Truth was worth bringing in or not. I'd imagine that it was, but I just don't know that for certain. So I don't want to make bold statements that aren't backed by anything. Coming up on 3 minutes in the queue. All right, cool. So we got our round 4, and we will take the play. Whew. Alright, we'll keep this. This is going to be risky. I'm going to brainstorm. This might fail. We might end up going to game 2 on this. But realistically, I would keep this, so I'm going to keep it. We need to hit another Rite of Flame off this brainstorm. The probability isn't huge. This is fine, though. This is actually better. Yeah, the land in a Dark Ritual with a discard spell is pretty good. Okay, so the opponent is on... well, I guess what used to be Mud, but the deck's just built way different. So it's Post, pretty much. It's pretty much like this, I don't know. I've heard people call the deck Total Carnage, but it's basically the new Karn deck. The deck's really good. It's very, very, very good. So we'll see if we can get there, but they definitely have some tricks up their sleeves. This could end up being a pretty tough match, but looks like we got some potential to steal game 1. So hopefully we can fight out the match and get there. The deck just has a lot of play that they're on. Has a lot of play. It's this Karn is just so good. The stack ability is good against us. The plus ability is good. The minus ability is good. It's just a good card. It's just a good card. 4 mana is not hard for them to get. It comes out with a power of 5. Yeah. Cool. Alright, so we get the game 1. kick it over to the sideboard. Pretty much we just pull out the Ponders and bring in Echoing Truth. I need to use the bathroom really fast, so my apologies for that, but I will be swift. This is probably just an alright spot because I don't got to worry about bringing the clock down. I will be right back. Cool. Alright, so thanks for bearing with me for that minute. This looks good. Let's do it. Oh well, I guess we didn't miss out on anything because it looks like the opponent's not quite ready. So that really was good timing. Fair enough. Fair enough. Keep. Hopefully we draw a Dark Ritual or a Rite of Flame. Okay. That's not even awful because if they drop a permanent base hate here, we are somewhat set up to pulverize. So this is probably Trinisphere. Yep, fair enough. Well, not much we can do about that. All good. So we finally dropped a game. Let's change nothing and run it back. Finally dropped a game. Let's just try to pull the match out, though. We could have went for Goblins on that first turn, but because they had Blast Zone, I didn't want to get run into Thespian Stage copying and killing our tokens, which the next card they played was Thespian Stage, so that was probably fine. This hand's really fragile. This hand might not be good enough, but I think we're going to try it. So we're going to put that on top of our library. We'll play out Polluted Delta. We're going to cast Chromox and imprint Empty the Warrens in an effort to play around Chalice on 0. I feel like they have Chalice, but they're trying to debate if they're going to play it on 0 or not. Beautiful. All right. Beautiful. Alright, so we just need to not die. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. They did have Chalice. They did have Chalice. So really glad we imprinted our Chromox onto Empty the Warrens on turn 1. We're 4-0, so that's nice. Definitely happy about that. We'll see what happens to this last one. We're going to try to take it game by game. Try to play smart. I'll take the record section real fast. Try to get this 5-0. Even, you know what? If not, we're not going to be too upset. We've only dropped one game total so far, and we've been playing well. Getting a little lucky, but playing well. I mean, you know, Magic there's a big proponent of luck in Magic, and playing Storm, you feel it a lot just because of variance or whatever. But you're not going to find me complaining about getting a little lucky. So we'll see what happens here in this round 5. Yeah, this feels good though. One of the changes I've been contemplating that I've been thinking about, just because I was talking about how sometimes 3 Hope feels like a lot to me, was I've kind of been contemplating running a Mox Opal in the sideboard to bring in when we're boarding in all 4 Echoing Truth, just to make ad nauseam a little more consistent. But just because if we were to cut Hope of Girapur, just a random singleton of something doesn't make a lot of sense, but like Mox Opal would be Chromox number 5, so I mean I guess there's an argument for it. It's something I've been thinking about testing, but I just figured whatever, let's just run the Hope of Girapur, because I mean the list has been running consistent for me, so I mean if it's not broke, you know. Plus, I mean, there's a pretty good argument for 3 Hope of Girapur. The card is fire. The card is so good. It really is. Alright, this hand's fine. We lost the die roll. The opponent's mulligan to 5. We'll see what they do. Island. Take Thoughtseize pointed at the opponent. 112% taking Counterbalance. So the opponent's playing most likely Miracles. Whew. We are a little bit brainstorm locked, and I'm trying to think about how I want to get out of it, and I'm not quite sure. It's definitely unfortunate. I guess we're just going to do that. There's nothing we can really do about being brainstorm locked. It just is what it is. This hand was a keep. We kept it. But that just wasn't... We didn't really draw the best there. But hey, that's part of Magic. It's the variance that we were just talking about. Mentor? Oh no. They landed Narset. I think we would have won this game 1 for sure if we hadn't had such a miserable brainstorm there, but we can't control it. So, you know, it just is what it is. We get a fresh draw this turn, though. Let's shuffle this last Force of Will out of their hand with our Thoughtseize. Not shuffle, but just get it out of their hand. I guess we'll take the Spell Pierce. And next turn, we're going to try to go for a Mrs. Zix Mastery line with Ad Nauseam. If they draw a blue card, they draw a blue card, and there's just nothing we can do about it, but we will go for it. Alright, well, that's unfortunate. Portent's a really good draw for them. So I guess we kind of need to figure out a way to deal with that Force of Will. So next turn we'll shuffle off the top of our library, and we'll have another land, and we'll try to get the opponent to start biting on some, sending their counter magic at some of our stuff. I think that was a mistake. I think we should have grabbed another. I think we should have grabbed Badlands there. I think I messed up that, but. All right, well, that was a good draw. That was a great draw. That was the draw we needed. What? Okay. We want the opponent to counter this. I don't think we can win this unless they do, by the way. Okay. And I still don't think we win, because we only have 6 mana to play with. We'll see. It's going to be tight. Cool. All right, well, we got game one. That was so tight. The opponent mulliganed, and I felt bad for them, but then we got brainstorm locked and had to dig our way out and, like, beat double force of will, which is just wild. Okay. So, trim a ponder. Trim a right of flame, trim an island. Probably should be trimming Chromox over Island. But it's just something that I really like to do is run this configuration right here. I like this configuration a lot. I'm just wondering if, because we won with goblins right there, if the opponent will be, in this game 2, be over-prepared for them. I don't know. I like this configuration, though, so let's run this. And if it doesn't get there, we still have another game. But, I mean, I genuinely enjoy this strategy. I definitely like boarding up one empty. So, we'll try it. We'll keep this. Hopefully we just rip a discard spell. It's going to be kind of hard to not just go for it, to be honest with you, but... Alright. Discard one time. Nope. I don't think we should go for it. The opponent has a ton of options of what they could have. I think let's be patient. I think we want discard. Let's be patient. I think it's hasty and we'll just get wrecked right now if we try without discard. Although, it's just tough. So we can make 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana with a 7 mana line. Flusterstorm would be Storm 8. 11 minus 7 is... We don't have enough mana to pay for Flusterstorm. But if they land counterbalance, it just starts to get worse. Man, I feel like if we pass and they drop balance and then we lose this game, I'm going to be beating myself up. The percentage of them having to have something to stop us is high enough that I don't think we should go for it. Like an untapped land just reads that, and then here's balance. Oh, okay, it wasn't. Thank God. But yeah, we really need to draw a discard, or a Hope of Girapur would be great. If they force the Hope of Girapur, honestly, I think I'd probably still go for it too. I'm not sure about that, but at least evaluate it. Alright, we're going to name Flusterstorm. Okay, so we hit a Flusterstorm, but they still have a Force of Will. Okay, so they tap out for Narset. And don't use its ability. Okay, so they have another Flusterstorm. Is what it is. We might not get this game, but we'll go for it on. We got another game. Still can get the 5-0. I mean, it's possible that we brainstorm into double discard or something, or we just draw a Hope. I mean, they can force the Hope, so it's like kind of tough. We can't brainstorm, though. I'm stupid. Excuse me. I'm talking about trying to brainstorm, but they have an effect out that would keep us from being able to do that, so just ignore me. I got another Force. Yeah, so maybe Hope of Girapur really is good as a 3-of. Alright, we're going to concede because I don't see us getting out of this, and I don't want them to know that we brought in an additional empty because I want to submit the same configuration going back in. And also, I want them to think that Cabal Therapy is a fine target for surgical extraction, whereas really they would have only gotten that copy. So we're just going to concede because I don't see us getting that game. No shame. And let's just hope we draw hot right now. Yep, that's hot. Alright, we're going to point discard and try to go off on turn 2. Okay, so they did have force. So we would have ran into force if we tried to belch them. I'd really love to draw another ritual so we could point another discard spell this next turn. They bottomed a card, so it's not like they knew what that draw was. Heart of the cards. You know, honestly, I feel alright with jamming this. We probably would have got there that turn, but okay. Okay, so they terminus it. Well, maybe that's why 3 is good. Amazing. They chose not to shuffle, so I don't want to run into Flusterstorm. We'll give this one more turn. We need another card to imprint onto Chromox, so we have black for Thoughtseize, and then we'll give it a go. We just know that they have blue card in hand, so they could, if they found a force, they could use it. And I mean, I just don't want to run into Flusterstorm. It's obvious that they cared about Hope of Gearper, so that might have been somewhat of a bluff. I mean, they could just drop Jace right now. Okay, so they're choosing not to do that. Narset. So pretty much the only draw we don't want is Chromox. That's fine. That draw is totally fine. I think we win now. Okay, so they had a Spell Pierce. That would have stopped us. So we just need to not die off of ad nauseum. We do have another Empty the Warrens in the deck, and we played out our 2 Lotus Petals and a Chrome Mox, so we only have 2 and 3 left in the deck. But we do have a land drop. Heart of the Cards. Great reveal. Also good. Great. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's just fun when they don't have a hand at all when we win. For me. Because there's something wrong with me. I don't know. Do we have all of our LEDs in our deck? So we still have more LEDs in our deck. .5-0, baby. Cool. Yeah. So the list feels good. I've definitely been enjoying it. Cool that we were able to get a 5-0 with it. I appreciate you guys bearing with the technical difficulties we had right before round one, or right at the beginning of round one, rather. Like as soon as we jumped in, I got kicked off the internet, and you guys were just hanging out with me or whatever while I got it fixed. So I appreciate you guys hanging out and checking out the video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Check back for more content. You know, we got videos coming out every couple weeks. Yeah, until next time, keep storming.